with us.
So yeah, we're going to have your code and your ticker on this network, and you can't stop it from being traded.
Right.
And so there's a derivative, and then if there's liquidity bonding the prices together, so if, let's say you have Chainlink on Ethereum, and then after launch, price bounces around a while, but I bet that over time that these prices will move similarly.
Right.
I think that the Link ticker on Pulsechain is likely to move similarly to the Link ticker on Ethereum.
Right. Just because of the bridge, right? And
well, because they're bonded by the liquidity.
Right.
And then it's the same code with the same ticker. Now, do you want to pay $100 or $300 to trade it on Ethereum, or do you want to pay a penny to trade it over here? And we already know this answer because they're doing it on other networks as well.
Yeah.
People do trading on alternate networks, and then we're the one that you don't like. Your coins are already here. You don't even have to bridge over.
Right.
You've already got your free coins here. You can already access them by changing one setting in your MetaMask. It's awesome.
Dude, it sounds
well.
It sounds pretty awesome.
Well, that's the trick. That's the magic. Is you launch this whole network with all these new coins. How do you get those new coins to be valuable?
Right.
But by not letting anyone ever stop the trading, by having the same tickers, and by giving people a reason to back the value of the things they got free,
right?
By rewarding them with a yield farming token. It's like a giant vampire attack, basically. It's a giant vampire attack.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another day on Pulsechain, and we're going to get into all the market opportunities and market results. We're looking at Friday, of course, for the United States stock market. We're going to get into that update quickly, and then, of course, we're going to get into the rest of everything that we're going to cover. We're going to cover runes on Bitcoin, the meme coin season, first time ever, and so we're going to be covering that, including Dog meme. We're also going to be covering some of the big exchanges launching Dog. It's starting to happen, even while the market sentiment's kind of neutered at the moment, no pun intended. It is really a good opportunity at the moment to get into Dog meme. And, of course, then we're going to get into, of course, the big topic there. MAFIA goes a bang, a bang. So we're going to get into that. MAFIA goes bang, bang. And, of course, the price is up big time on Pulsechain. And I think it's just the beginning. I told you guys it's going to be pretty amazing, and more influencers getting onto it. It's going to be a very competitive game. So it's not going to be a lazy sit-back game. It really is ramping up to be quite competitive, and we love that. We love that. And the Syndicate, which you guys know I'm part of the Syndicate family, is the Concierge. It's the number 2 spot there. Big shout out to the rest of the MAFIA gang inside the Syndicate. It is a fun crew. We're on top of so many things. There's a lot of things the other teams don't even realize that we're already well ahead of them on. So it's going to be hilarious to see the game go on. Looking forward to it. So, and there's going to be a big Dawn show. And, of course, lots of crates given away on that show as well for in-game assets. So we're going to cover that a little bit. It's going to be really fun. Let's get into it, though. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat there. Get into the chat if you're watching. I really do like a vibrant chat. Get in there, folks. Lies Beneath says, hello. How are you today? Very good, of course. We've got pretty nice weather outside for a winter day. It's not super sunny, but it's nice out there. We've got Hex Pulsex incentive for the win 100% after we had that big pump yesterday with the old OA wallets and stuff. Let's have a look at where that is at today. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at Pulsex. We're going to talk about that when we get to it. So that's looking pretty good. We've got Archie, the Don of the Syndicate in the house. Hi, all. Good to see you, Archie. I think I just got some hiccups there, but good to see Archie in the house. A big shout out. And, man, Archie has put out there in the Telegram for BNB Mafia. He's put out a real stirring pot there. So you don't want to miss the Dawn show coming up on Cavalt DeFi, which we had on the show the other day. So kind of cool. All right, let's get into it, folks. We're going to start off with the good old stock market. So let's reposition here. You can see that MAFIA vault. That MAFIA vault's getting bigger. We're going to tell you how much that is later on because it's huge. It's getting huge, and it's only the beginning. This game is going to be big. We're wanting that. We want that killer app on Pulsechain in the GameFi space. You got Major League DeFi and GameFi. And I guess you got some meme space there, but really we want to conquer that GameFi really big for virality. Let's get into it, though. Let's share the screen. And without further ado, let's get into the results for the stock market to kick it off. All right, let's see where we are here. And what do we got here? We got the stock market. Let's get rid of that little sale ad there. And we got the S&P 500 wraps up third weekly win despite slip on the video wobble, right? So obviously in the video there's around the microprocessors and AI chips, the power of the future. Artificial intelligence robots are gonna put chills down your spine when they start coming out. It's going to be a bit weird having those things walk around, but it's the technology is converging. It's getting very close and maturing as well. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty freaky out there, folks. Probably in the next 10 to 15 years, it's going to be pretty crazy. Maybe even 5 years from now, we could see that sort of stuff walking around the streets. It'd be pretty crazy, or at least in houses. We shall see. We got the Dow Jones there at the moment, pretty flat, up 15 points though, at 39,150. Remember, the Dow Jones is top 30 industrials in the United States. We've got the S&P 500 down slightly, 8.5 points to 5,464, and the NASDAQ there down slightly, similar amount, down 28 points to 17,693. But all in all, a pretty good third week there for the S&P 500. Now, we did have a bit of economic news here. Manufacturing services activity surprises to the upside in June. That's a good thing for, I guess, the supply side of inflation. The second manufacturing services purchases management index reading for June came in higher than economists had expected, underscoring strength in the economy and sooner rather than later rate aren't a matter of urgency. Existing home sales data for May also topped economist forecasts. A series of federal officials have expressed caution. Fed officials have expressed caution about expecting rate cuts too soon, seeking more evidence that inflation has been tamed before the central bank would agree to easing a monetary policy. And of course, 2 days ago, we saw the UK hit the 2%, but they're going to keep rates up anyway. So that's a slightly more hawkish policy from the UK as opposed to where the US will go. They will possibly go to the pivot if they get see inflation heading in the right way. So Thomas Barkin, president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond, emphasized the point on Thursday, stressing the need for further clarity on the inflation path before considering lowering interest rates. My personal view is that let's get more conviction before moving ahead, basically. So that's kind of where we are at the moment on the stock market for the end of the week. That's Friday. Kind of cool. When's our next Fed meeting? Well, let's have a look here and see what that is. Next Fed meeting, we're expecting no change in interest rates, of course. 5 weeks and 4 days away. It's going to be the 31st of July. Kind of expecting that to be a no-brainer. I don't think there's any SEP forecast. We just had that in the last one. So I think they do it every two, something like that, every 2 meetings with a new SEP forecast about what the rates they're expecting. But of course, they just have linear charts. I keep laughing about that because it's kind of hilarious. Now, all right, that's how sophisticated the modeling is these days. So I'm sure Archie would laugh at that. Because no one in the hierarchy's got the view, the comfortability that they can predict anything else than having a nice safe little linear line. That's a predict. It doesn't matter what decade you're in; it seems to repeat themselves. Anyway, so that is the play there on the economics front as well. Looking at crypto, we got Bitcoin down 1% there, 64,303. I think it's still holding up pretty well at this stage, 52.88% on the Bitcoin dominance. So below that 53% mark we've been experiencing the last couple of days. Ethereum, though, is just slightly, let's say, almost 0.2% at $3,523. That's holding up pretty well. But BNB, BNB just down slightly at $586. And that's kind of weird, right? Because we were way up at $725, and here we are back down at $587. So that's kind of weird. That will also affect the value of the vault in the BNB MAFIA game, right? And so, if BNB does some spectacular things, how much is that going to be worth? It's going to be crazy, man. Remember, the games are not expected to start until 500 BNB. So, it could be huge. That's all we can say. So everything else pretty mixed across the board. Solana managing to etch out a 0.5% gain, $134. XRP is pretty flat. Tron is up about 1.5% there. You can see there is at 11.8 cents. So that's kind of it. Rest of it sort of down around. Even the meme coins are all sort of cooling off at the moment, except for Pepe is managing to be up 3.5%, 0.0011. And of course, let's move on from there. Have a closer look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin here. So we're just slowly got this downtrend, of course, running down through the bottom of the 50-day moving average, which is now at 66,492, and we're currently below that at $64,067 on the old Bitcoin. But the good news is that we are tracking away from that Bitcoin halving, 2 or 3 months of volatility. We're still on near the end of that phase, so that could bode well for end of June, early July. And at the moment, we are 63 days into that, so maybe up to 90 days. Let's see. It's just a general range. What we've seen with the Bitcoin halvings before. We're almost past this gray swan event with the China-Taiwan invasion weather. Got another week out there, although we did see some, a bit of Chinese trying to rack up some Philippine boats. So, still getting a bit of that harassment there in the South China Sea. We'll keep watching sort of those activities around there. China's still trying to throw its weight around, trying to control those resources as well as the Taiwan issue. So, we're getting closer, though, to the Ethereum ETFs go live, possibly around the 3rd of July. And that's based on Buck O'Hunas, one of the Bloomberg analysts. So that's ticking away as well. That's got to be getting closer every day. We just started a brand new day today. Yeah, it's about 11 days away. And that's a super, super bullish event, I think. I think it might surprise the market to the upside. Maybe it'd be the catalyst for takeoff. We shall see. We are waiting for the mega bull run, right? That's that main phase, and that could last quite a long time. We just maybe this is the catalyst that we're going to have after a couple of months of sort of positive volatility, I would say, because we're moving up around the 50-day moving average. So pretty cool. All right, the 200-day moving average sitting at 57,874 to give us some idea of maybe one of the natural floors in price. That's where we are at the moment. Yeah, I mean, we're ticking away in the future. Got the interest rate pivot there, 18th September. Good chance of that, but even a better chance of November. And of course, US election bullish as well if Trump wins, right? Trump wins, it's bullish. Trump is pro-crypto, and he's had a few people talk to him about that. Obviously, switched his position on that. He's actually gone pretty big on saying he's going to support crypto regulation, give the crypto market a understanding of the framework, because the crypto market really wants us to framework that it can work under, not this harassment that it gets with the Democrats. So fingers crossed that's going to work out pretty well there. And of course, September being typically the only pullback month that we generally see in the second half of the year. So that's probably the one there. And I guess July can be sometimes. We've got a 50-50, I think, on July, August. And the BTC is normally, 80-90% chance of pullback there. So just take note in September. That's typically a pullback month, but October is the opposite, right? It's normally a super bullish month in October, and of course that runs into the US election, so we could have a very bullish October to December run, and that would be very similar perhaps to the 2020 bull market. We saw that rally up as well. So kind of cool. I think it's looking pretty good generally moving ahead. So let's jump over to memes. Now, first bull market cycle with the memes on it. And of course, we've got Runes on top now. Runes protocol launched at the Bitcoin halving, and you don't want to miss this thing, man. I mean, meme coins on Bitcoin, it just makes sense that some of these are going to end up being super valuable. Like we've seen it on the Ethereum EVM chains. Obviously, Solana, really doing well. Base doing well with some of the memes. But man, Bitcoin's just going to be a big one, and you're still early on a lot of the stuff. So really big upside. Don't want to miss that. Now, if you want to find out more details about this, get into our strategy club in the Discord. The link's in the video description. It's $35 a month. That includes the Pulsechain and Hex Discord information as well. So definitely jump in there if you want to find out more about Runes protocols and things like that. We were here early here on this channel. We were back in February, March last year covering BRC20s, ORC20s. That's kind of the first version of the protocols built on Bitcoin. And Runes protocol is 2.0, right? 2.0 for etching tokens on there. And of course, you've got your meme coins, your sort of your PRC, ERC20 similar tokens, which are basically memes, utility tokens. But you also have collections, which are basically like NFTs. And this is here. You got them over here as well. So you can see them ticking away. So at the moment, Dog is kind of the big pick for the winner there. It makes a lot of sense having the most valuable meme coin on the most valuable chain. And it's just a matter of buying your time, accumulating your position. And we're looking forward to some exciting things. Now, the market cap at the moment for Dog at the moment is 542 million. And of course, that's reached about 980 million, just shy of $1 billion, which is the next target. Often you'll see this a lot happen where it comes up just to that point and then pulls back. And that's what we've seen here. And it's come down, fairly decently down to 542, giving, in other words, people buying in at the moment have a very good opportunity to buy the bottom of the move before we make that big move over $1 billion and beyond. Target probably 1.3 cents, something like that. So kind of cool at the moment. 8.45 sats, pretty key. Here we are on Magic Eden. Of course, Magic Eden is the #1 DEX for Rune protocols. There are others like Unisat, other sites like that. But this is kind of #1 for DEXs. But what we're seeing is more centralized exchanges coming on. And looking at that, we can see big news come out for DOG. So let's have a zoom in on DOG a bit. You can see DOG here trading. Now, there's only 100 billion in supply, remember. It was a free airdrop too, so there's no big VCs, there's no big whales holding it other than those that are accumulating and those that were into runes a bit earlier. But that's pretty exciting. We're also seeing a talk, rumors of potentially Sailor entering this as well as a leverage play on Bitcoin. So that's a real big intel right there. I just dropped, and of course, we're going to find out more about that. And that was dropped on a Twitter space on, I guess, over the last couple of hours ago, actually. So that's hot off the press. And so we're getting hedge funds into this as well. And of course, centralized exchanges, which is pretty exciting. So at the moment, we can see on a coin market cap that DOG is ranked #9 at the moment. It's been as high, I think, as #7. It's number nine at the moment. So very good, nice on the retrace to pick up here at the moment. And of course, the only Bitcoin one, right? The only Bitcoin one. So it makes a lot of sense that we're going to have a most valuable meme coin on Bitcoin. And of course, ahead of us, we've got Booker Meme, Bonk. The other one that's done recently really, really well is Brett Token on a base chain. And of course, that has been doing pretty well. It rallied all the way to 1.4 billion. That's the destiny of DOG and beyond. DOG is targeting, of course, Dodge at the top there, now at $18 billion. So huge upside for DOG. You want to get those big X's, that is the one we're picking for the win. And of course, to have DOG, the most valuable meme coin for this bull run. First bull run of meme coins on Bitcoin. So there we go, folks. Pretty awesome. And of course, the biggest leader of that is Leonidas. He's the one that dropped all those. And of course, he's huge in the Bitcoins and rune space is Leonidas. And of course, he's just announced, of course, following in a Qcoin. So suddenly the tier ones are dropping. The tier one exchanges started to drop. We've got Qcoin now has announced they're going to be listing DOG. And of course, that is DOG USDT with perpetual trading 1 to 8x on DOG. So you watch this thing. You watch this. It's going to be amazing. So what happens when we go from DEXs, which have provided a good amount of liquidity, because obviously DEXs are doing pretty well, like Magic Eden, but of course we're opening up big liquidity pools to some of the richest guys on the planet in crypto in the Bitcoin community, and that's on Qcoin. And it's for that is going to be a listing DOG. So awesome stuff happening. The price at the moment is just that sort of quiet before the rally. It's going to be so much fun to see when the sentiment changes. The leverage play of DOG on Bitcoin and on these central exchanges is going to be absolutely epic. So ticking away there at the moment. That is huge news. This huge news. This is all sort of in the last 24 hours. And then we had another tier one as well. We have MEXC also launching as well. They've delayed their launch by 10 hours, but they've also launched as well. They're going to have DOG USD Tether will be listed on the assessment zone as well. So exciting news, folks, with the old link there. So hundreds of thousands of views on this already as well. So looking really, really good for DOG, and 8.51 sats at the moment, which is just 0.58 of a cent. So just under 0.6 of a cent there at the moment. So that's kind of looking good. But many of these other projects are going to be lifted up with DOG as well. The whole runes valuation will go up. And we've got Bank and Nakamoto number 3 there, down 12%. So you've got a really good day to pick up assets at the moment because we've just got a bit of a down day. Ryzix up 8%. Pups World as well up 8%. $1 billion cat up 8%. All the market caps relatively low, but have rallied quite a bit, but still relatively low compared to where they're probably going to go to, which is a great time to pick these up. Epic number 7. Lobo the Woolpuck, I'm a big fan of that. That's only 30 million market cap. I reckon that's going to really hyper rally as well. That's currently at number 9. And of course, as we get DOG onto centralized exchanges, what does that mean? That means that the centralized exchanges have adopted Runes protocol. What does that mean? That means that the rest of the Runes can be listed there too. It's just opening up floodgates after floodgates here with the Runes protocol. So you don't want to miss this as part of your diversified portfolio. It is really looking like Unicorn City here with these runes. So Yes, that's Social Nakamoto at number 10, looking pretty good. But of course, there's many others as well. I particularly think that Donald Trump is going to do well because of the election running up over the next couple of months. I think that's going to probably do pretty well at number 17. Nice little pick there. Meanwhile, on the NFT space, we see that we've got Bitcoin Puppets number 1, Node Monks, Quantum Cats, and Runestone at number 4. Now, Runestone's still got 2 airdrops in it. The first one was, of course, Dog Token, which we think is going to be the big meme coin. And, of course, that's sitting at number 4 there. Not too bad. And, of course, it's still got 2 more airdrops included in it when Dog reaches certain milestones. We've got Bitcoin Frogs at number 5, Ord Maxis number 6, Blob number 7, Lucid BTC at number 8, and Bitcoin Pumps at number 9. And finally, Ryzik Meta Protocol there at number 10. So kind of cool. That is where we are on Magic Eden. I'll leave a link to that if you want to have a check that out in more details. Once again, you can join Strategy Club in the Discord, $35 a month to find out more about that. We're on the frontier of this stuff and doing pretty well, so go for gold. All right, let's see who else has jumped in here. We've got a few more comments before we move on from this into Ethereum. I might jump over to the Ethereum chart next. And let's have a look at some of the other comments we've got. We've got Gifford Wear in the house. Hey, Gifford Wear. What's up, Knuckles? Nice one. Great to see Gifford Wear in the house. And another Mafia family, of course, sitting at number 2 there on the old Pulse Mafia. So big shout out to you guys and your team. We love the competition. We love your moves. Keep it up. And we're going to have fun in this game. Mafia performing beautifully once again, says Tail7. Absolutely is. We're going to get up to Mafia. Mafia is one of our second to last topic today, but we're going to be doing quite a bit of talking about that. Jenna in the house there. Hello, everybody. Good to see Jenna. Welcome to the chat as well. Hex Pimp in the house there. When is the Pulp Mafia Don's meeting? That's coming up. I don't know if it's been scheduled yet, but this step coming up this week. I think it's pretty much this week coming up. Hex Pimp. I just don't know the exact time. Maybe Archie does. There we go. Next Friday. I knew Archie would know that. Archie the Don, man, he's terrifying, but we love him. Next Friday is Archie. He's going to be on there too. Hex Pimp as well. Hex Pimp in the house. Hey, good to see Hex Pimp. Love those fires. What is that? Archie says, I hope little Lucky crawls out of his hole, says Archie. There's some battle words right there. I love it. Hex Pimp says, I doubt he'll attend the meeting. He's going to pull I don't know. Says, well, that's up to him, doesn't it? We got Big Kahuna says, Lucky is panicky. Oh, really? Man, you can't have a Don that's weak-minded, can you? You got to have strong-minded Dons. That's all we can say. Strong-minded Dons. They're the ones that win the day. Stevie D says, hey, Superman, big greetings from Seattle. We are having beautiful weather this weekend. Hashtag jealous there, Stevie D. Hashtag, we're still in our winter, but it's actually not too bad a day today, as we say. But obviously, you're enjoying it up there. Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. All right, let's move on. We've got Ethereum here at the moment. What are we on here? The 50-day moving average, $3,507. We're currently at $3,511, just sitting right on it. This is super bullish. I mean, considering the Bitcoin halving, this is really, really exciting. Look at the Bitcoin halving back here, and here we are moving forward 63 days, looking really good. With the ETH expected launch here still on the second there as well. So we're getting closer to that all the time. It's got to be good. It's got to be good. And then we get into the hyper bull market. That's what we're expecting. We've seen it in the previous Bitcoin halvings, but this year is different, right? Because we've got the Bitcoin ETFs and the Ethereum ETFs pumping money into the system. And of course, if you remember, a lot of ETH is actually stuck in a lot of the staking protocols and DeFi protocols, right? And we've got the new burning mechanisms, of course, on the ETH chain. So I think once we start getting a decent amount of little money in there coming through, we could see some pretty crazy stuff happening with all the crypto, and particularly Ethereum here. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Now, obviously, we're seeing quite a bit of traffic move off Ethereum to other chains and to second layers and things like that. But I just think, given the tokens itself, there's a very different separations from activity and token supply. All right, there's a different fundamentals, and it's the token supply that really going to matter then when money starts pumping in, right? So kind of cool. Expecting bullish on that. And of course, we covered the rest of it there. So that's kind of Ethereum at the moment. Looking good. We're going to get into Pulsechain, day 406. Should we get through this, or we got some more comments? We've got Stevie D says, stay strong and DCA. These are great times, says Stevie D. Some wise words there. Absolutely. All right, let's get into day 406 on Pulsechain. We're going to be looking at business Pulsechain markets and opportunities. We've got quadruple 0458. The price is down 1% today. 46% of the mean sacrifice price. We're at Pulsex at the moment at quadruple 0213. That is down just under 0.5%, and that is at 21% of mean sacrifice price. So huge upside to Pulsechain, honestly. And the buy and burn, of course, yesterday went over 900 billion, is now at 901.3 billion. PulseX has been bought up and burned, part of the superior tokenomics, remember? And that's 4.45% of the total supply. We know what the total supply here. This is the public supply, of course. 20.254 is the total supply. So looking really good on the Pulsex. Obviously, the higher the volumes, more we're going to burn through there. Incentive token, $2.50, only down 1% today, which is pretty much the same as the Pulsechain price. So that means the ratio is only down very, very slightly, holding up at 54,731 pulse per incentive. That is awesome. That is looking really, really good. The total supply, 34, almost 35 million. We just shy of 35 million, 34,924,000 tokens. Those are emitted, of course, from the Pulsex V1 farms. And honestly, people on the V1, the Pulsex funds must be really loving the yield. Now, someone was saying yesterday that they thought, oh, we should get rid of all the incentive token and the yield farm. Well, if you do that, you're going to get all the capital is going to leave, right? So, there is, I understand that people can sell that into the market, but so far we've seen pretty good activity. And of course, you do have to incentivize capital to be on the chain. So I think, that would probably kill the liquidity on the chain. You don't want to kill liquidity on the chain, and you need to pay people for doing that. So it's probably just a fundamental there. In any case, we want to have more liquidity come on, but man, the yields are pretty tasty on Pulsex for sure. We might actually check that out a bit later. We got Hex at the moment is at 55/100th of a penny, down 3.65%. And of course, EHEX there is at 13/100th of a penny. So the combined price of EHEX and PX is at 67/100th of a penny, just down slightly from yesterday. We were at 0.7 of a penny at the moment. So that's the chart price there. So that's the day 306 results. Let's go to the charts and have a bit look at that. We're going to have a look at Pulsechain on the daily and the weekly to get sort of that longer term view of what's happening. And we can see at the moment, after yesterday's little pump of Pulsex here on Pulse, PLS, we've got the price yesterday went to 4,481 and a high of 4,641, 42, I should say. And we're kind of in the middle of that at the moment. So after yesterday's little pump, RSI is still pretty chill at 36. Let's go to the weekly and have a look at that. Here is the weekly at the moment. We are pretty much around where we were in support on December, where we spiked down, and of course where we had resistance here in October. So if we can hold this, very, very strong. Also, it would be a higher low compared to what we had in September last year. So a pretty critical point, I would say, where we're at the moment. But what gives us confidence that we have a good chance of staying here and finding this higher low and also this previous resistance, support and resistance, is the fact that the RSI is pretty low at 33. Doesn't mean it can't go further down. If it did, of course, we're talking about going down to here to 4,000, right? So that would probably be the case if we start shedding that. But if we can hold this pretty pivotal point, yesterday's Pulsex move, possibly a sign of things to come, and that's pretty bullish. And of course, we, like I say, after the Bitcoin halving, we're still, about 2 months after that. So we really are starting to get into the point where we might see that hyper bull run starting up in the next 30 days or something like that. So that's what we're looking out for there at the moment. And so, yeah, that's where we are. And of course, I think Pulsechain, very good chance of getting that magic cart right as well. So kind of cool. Pulsex itself is looking very, very exciting. Look at this on Pulsex. And I've been saying this Pulsex incentive looking very good. And of course, look at this the big pump we had, a big green day on the 20th. Yesterday, of course, we had, and really not, this is the day that just closed, by the way. We're in a brand new candle here for half an hour. This is half an hour candle here. This is 24 hours. And look at that. Look at that bounce there. That's a really good sign on the old Pulsex there. So we rallied from a low of 1,900 to 2,248 on this green candle here back on the 20th. Yesterday's candle, we just closed about half an hour ago. This stayed up really high. The low was only 2,000. See the low here, and we bounced back. Very bullish sign. And of course, we got a nice little doji there. So yes, it's not a butterfly, but it's got another name for that. But that got up out there pretty well, and we're holding up at the top end of that. So it's bullish, man. If we get a bullish close here as well in the future, here on the yellow line is the 13-day. That's like 2 weeks over the 34-day in blue. That's like just over a month. If we get that cross, that's a bullish cross. So that's another sign that we're going to the upside, and we may have found the bottom here back on the 18th of June. So fingers crossed for that, and the RSI at 48, plenty of room to move. Let's go to the weekly on Pulsex. Let's go to the weekly there, and yeah, look at that. Woohoo! So we came into this sort of resistance area here. We were up at 1800. That was the top of the next line, and we started bouncing from there. So this would be a good place. We've obviously got higher lows in here as well on the weekly. So if we can hold this, pretty cool. The RSI is at 37, so a good chance of it. And you have to say that we've got the favor of moving up to the right side, plus with the general market conditions we talked about as well. So fingers crossed, looking not too bad, looking good, and we may see more magic upgrade. We saw some of the OA activity, and that is giving us some support there. So yeah, fingers crossed, things are looking to the upside. Is probably the probability play there, and incentive token is another bullish sign of that as well. Let's look at here on the weekly. The weekly here on this is looking good. Look at this, man. This is looking so solid. A nice little pump up. Now, as incentive token gets pushed up, of course, that makes farming more valuable, and therefore more capital potentially flows in if they're rational market players. And up we go. Obviously, we've still got the SEC court case heading, above us. And of course, we know that we've got the dismissal case in July. So we've got these events. So these are, you've got to note, these are still ahead of us, dismissal. So these could impact the market on Pulsechain. It's very well to be aware. And of course, Richard Hart's team has to reply to that in August. So just remember that around the dismissal. Fingers crossed we get that dismissal. I think the case is weak, but of course, I'm not the lawyer. I'm not the judge. And so we have to see how that goes. But yeah, that's coming up in July, August. And of course, the court case otherwise in October. Information discovery up to March and June next year. That's kind of the layout. So we can't ever forget those let's call it gray swan events, because we do know they're there. All right, so that is kind of it. And of course, if we do get some breakout up and up to the right here, and the market can break up to the right there, we've seen that before. So with the XRP. So let's see how we go. Hex token, of course, is the cheapest one of the chips. Cheapest chips here, and of course cheap as chips, and of course a lot of upside there. So nice, wonderful accumulation zone. Anything under that orange line is super good, and of course that's what we're looking at the moment. So not much else to say about Hex at the moment, just a good buy in my opinion. And of course Pulsex there holding, giving us some some insurance, let's say, inverted commas, about the move for buying Hex at the moment to the upside. Now, Hex is kind of an oddball because once it becomes more valuable, then the payouts in Hex become more valuable, and therefore mining becomes more valuable. It's kind of, they got that positive cycle loop there. So we're watching this at the moment. But at the moment, very good play. On the weekly here, we can see that we're back down, back over to August pretty much. We went slightly low on that, but pretty much around that point. And the RSI is at 37, like everything else on Pulsechain for the moment. All right, so that's it. And EHEX as well, likewise, just under 1,300th of a penny. And of course, another good accumulation zone there. Now, we do have the combined price of EHEX and PX on the daily here on InvestX.io. We can see that it's at 67th of a penny. And of course, new all-time lows. So what a wonderful place to pick up Hex at the moment for those that are willing to take on the risk. But of course, we have the counter scenario, which is where we get over 3 cents eventually. And man, game on for Hex. It's got to be party time for sure. All right, so that's it pretty much for day 406. Let's have a look at the gas results at the moment. We've got 242,000 beats, 4/10 of a penny for Pulsex swap, 200th of a penny for Pulsecoin transfer, 7/10 of a penny for PRC20 transfer. Gwei on Ethereum is ridiculously sick right now, a 2 Gwei. But you guys know when the bull market comes on, this is going to go over 100 Gwei plus, and it's going to become extremely expensive. Even at 2 Gwei on Ethereum right now, it's only 630x cheaper than Ethereum. Now, the cool thing about 2 Gwei on Ethereum, of course, is if you've got Hex miners, then the S-load function's only going at 2 Gwei. That's got to make your exit fee relatively low. It's about pretty much as low as it's going to ever be on the old chain, barring, of course, the price of Ethereum going down. So that is the play at the moment on there. Let's have a look at let's go to the validators. The values at the moment, we've got 48,677 values on Pulsechain. 1.56 trillion is staked off the market. And another opportunity, and we're talking about Pulsechain opportunities, right? Another opportunity to pick up cheap Pulse at the moment, get it in a validator and start earning some passive income. Just waiting for that Pulse price to rebound. It's a win-win, right? Because every Pulse that you put out there goes off the market, and you contribute to the net liquid supply, arguably allowing the price to go up. So that's kind of cool. Win-win, and you earn a passive income. Bridge there at the moment, 101 million. So we're down slightly from the other day. about 200,000 from yesterday, I think. So 101 there and $1 million. And we've got DAI there 29.2, ETH at 28.4, Wrap Bitcoin at 2.1, leading there as well. And of course, Ethereum, EHEX down a little bit there, about 8 million. It's kind of the play. Still holding over the $100 million mark. It's pretty important. So that's pretty much it. And of course, now we've started day 307 of Pulsechain. So I guess we're heading towards 500 days. Is that it? It's 407. All right. So that's pretty much on that. Let's have a look at some of the other markets. We're going to have a look at DEX. We're going to get into MAFIA as our next topic. But before we do that, we're going to get into the rest of the opportunities on Pulsechain potentially. But looking at the Hex derivatives, we've got Hedron and Ethereum is up 1.5%. Trio, the 3-year Hex staking pool or mining pool, as we call it these days, is up slightly there at 0.4% at the moment. So those are doing okay. Let's go to the stable coins on Pulsechain. Everything is pretty much, we've got a lot of things down, but those are mostly the PDAI ones. USDL is looking okay at 98 hundredths of a penny, still under peg. Has been slightly weaker there under peg for a little while, but that is up to date a little bit. Otherwise, everything else pretty the same. PDAI at the moment is down 3%. That's sitting at 37 hundredths of a penny, and LUSD, the other speculative coin has the big burning on it, is down 9%. In fact, I think that went down quite a bit overnight. Let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, so this is still itching away here at 1461. So it's actually not doing too bad, is it? Not doing too bad there. And we're going to be watching this narrative here for LUSD, PDAI and LUSD. Two interesting narratives. Whether they achieve their goals is another thing. But the burn at the moment is 4.02% on the burn here, based on the contracts here. So we'll see how that goes. I'd like to see a bit more, see that burn go up a bit more over the next week or two. Let's see how that works as well. So that is pretty much it on the tokens. Let's go to the overall on Pulsechain before we get to BNB Mafia, Pulse Mafia. Let's go to the overall results. So we've got 11.3 million. So what did we have yesterday? 22 million in volume. That was with the big Pulsex OA pump. So 11.3 million today. So we're on the low end there for a weekday. Typically we were doing for quite a while, we're doing 25 million. That's kind of the minimum. Now we're at 11 for a weekday. And we've got 290,000 transactions today. Let's have a look to see what else is doing okay. We've got Giffordware. Well, that happens to be Giffordware is up today. So that is, they're playing BNB Mafia 2 now, aren't they? It's wonderful to see influencers and teams jump on board the Mafia game. We wanted it, we anticipated it, and we're loving it. So big shout out to all the teams that are coming on to set up their own Mafia families on Pulsechain. We welcome it in big time, and of course it's going to help the game go viral. Very excited to see that. So they're up 23% on trending. So we're trending here on 6 hours. This is what the filter is, 6 hour trending, and doing pretty well there. Axis Alive is also up 8% at the moment. So big influencer coins there as well. So we've got team coins. We've got influencer coins here up. Axis Alive up 8% there at the moment, trending. UFO from PDDC is coming up. Now, here's a little sneak peek. Let you guys know I have got an interview coming up with next week with potentially two teams. One of them's on Pulsechain. One of them's going to be on Ethereum. But the one on Pulsechain is going to be PDDC. So we're going to be looking at the DAO reflection tokenomics of PDDC. Arguably one of number one, if not one of top two in the DAO reflection token space. And of course, they have their child tokens like UFO that help their PDDC there as well. So we're going to be talking to that team with a big AMA coming up. So there we go. We're going to do a few more interviews, and that's coming up as well. So look forward to that next week. UFO there, up 5%. So if you've got some PDC or UFO, you want to be watching that live stream. We've got Chitty in there up 3% at the moment. Pine up 2.7%. Fire. So this is from Crispy Man, isn't it? Xfire. That is up 2.4% there at the moment. And of course, 9mm. We've got the third biggest DEX at the moment in volume. 9mm is up 2%. Was at number 2, but 9inch has taken back that number 2 spot of 9mm, but that is up 2% as well. So there's a little bit of stuff there. Actually, we got to mention the love token. That's at number 18 over the last 6 hour trending, and that is up 1.2%. So there we go on that one. And if we look at quickly 24 hours, let's have 24 hours on there. You've got new tokens like Hawk that just probably came out of nowhere. Still Giffordware up there, Axis, etc. So not too bad. All right, let's have a look at the volumes. So we've got 11.4 million volume. Pulsex is doing it's 9.5 million at the moment. A 9-inch is doing 792,000, and 9mm is doing 763,000 at the moment. That was doing about 2 million at some stage, but that has dropped down there as well. So that is pretty much it. Let's have a look at SparkSwap. SparkSwap 267,000. That's not too bad. A $250,000. At least that's ticking away at the moment. So kind of cool. That is the results. That's going to lead us into MAFIA. Woohoo! MAFIA hot doggity dog. MAFIA goes bang, bang, bang. And as you guys know, MAFIA goes bang, 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 bang. Here we go. All right, MAFIA goes a bang, bang, bang. MAFIA goes bang, bang, bang. I don't know. I had to add some sound effects to those machine guns. That's all I could do. I had to add it. This is too much to resist. We got Property View in the house there. Good coverage today. Thanks for your efforts. Hey, you're welcome, Property View. Big shout out to you. We got MVS in the house there. What's up? What's up, MV Johnson? MV Johnson in the house there. We got Big Kahuna as well. The syndicate commands respect, evokes concern, instills fear, and elicits apprehension in all other MAFIA families. There's Big Kahuna. Hey, look, I agree with you. That's up. Yeah, that's up. And of course, the price of MAFIA on Pulsechain is up. Nice to see that. And hey, look, Cold DeFi, who's the kind of the PR man for Jacob and all his protocols, is got a number of influencer interviews coming up over the weeks ahead, and some of them are really big. They're Pulsechain influencers, they're non-Pulsechain influencers, they're BNB influencers. Some of them with thousands of people on their live streams and tens of thousands of subscribers. So yeah, it's going to be fun to see this game ramp up. And as you can see on Pulsechain, the price is starting to run away. Just with a couple of key teams in the moving. Imagine more teams, more influencers. This thing really starts to take off, and the word starts to spread about how big the jackpot is in this game, what the drama is between teams, tactics and strategies being used by teams. It really is going to be crazy. I've been doing a little bit of investigation. I can't say it on here because really it's intel for the syndicate, and we keep our intel in house. But it could be some good stuff happening. Let's put it away. Actually, if I say this word, it's going to give it away. So I don't want to be, I don't want to give any smart competitors out there any words that they could extrapolate from. So we'll leave it at that. But some fun things happening in the space. All right, so that is the price of at the moment. So this is the price at the moment is up 53% on the old MAFIA token at the moment. 53%, and that's looking really good. This is on a 4 hourly, so this is like the traders chart that is ticking away. And you can see we've got NFT marketplace coming out here. I've got that scheduled in here somewhere between the 24th and 26th. I think I've got on here. We've got the NFT marketplace. That's another layer of tokenomics, another layer of activity in the game. And it's going to be insane there. And of course, I can see some pretty aggressive moves there for people selling and people buying to get key in-game assets, particularly businesses, but obviously other things like defense and things like that. So it's going to be pretty crazy. A really nice, strong move here. And of course, we've been covering it here on this channel day after day. So, we did tell you that we're going to get some moves. How high can this go? Very high, in my opinion. Obviously not typically in a straight line, but it's going to have some nice zigzags on the way. That is on the daily chart there for Pulse MAFIA. And I guess a lot of you can thank me there. Well, I'm not a financial advisor, of course, but we knew things like this are coming. The more the teams come on, right? So the more MAFIA teams come on, the more they invest in the game, the more players come into the game. It really does make a big deal there. So pretty exciting. Like, think about one player coming on the game. Let's say they get a couple of player accounts. They spend maybe get 3 players, spend 6,000 MAFIA. It's pretty cheap, couple of dollars. And then they would decide to either speculate or participate in a family. They buy hundreds of thousands of MAFIA to become part of a family, to start staking for the family so the family gets stronger. Maybe they buy a couple of million MAFIA, and that's how it goes up. That's how the price goes up. And scarcity comes into place, right? Because every MAFIA that gets staked is off the market, right? So I think we had 2 days ago, it was 20%, and it's really gone up there. So let's actually have a look at that while we're here, since we're talking about staking and the amount of supply going off. And the word's getting out there, right? So only 1 billion MAFIA, right? 4,182 holders of MAFIA at the moment. So really good starting holding account. And we can see, yeah, look at this. It's even gone up. I said 20%. It was like yesterday, I think I did the number, and maybe the day before it was something like that. And now it's up to 22.46% of MAFIA on Pulsechain is staked off the market. And that's been going up. When I first looked at that number, it was 14%. Now it's at 22.46. So it really is continuing to go up as teams stake that and get, why do they do that? Well, they get the benefit of MAFIA in the bank, right? They get a benefit of MAFIA in-game currency in the bank. In the game, so it's very, very powerful for them to buy winning assets to get themselves in the positions that they can earn some of the vault money and businesses and other things like that. So pretty important. We can see the team wallet at the moment. It's got 97 million in there at the moment, and then we got the third wallet there is the LP, and the LP's gone down a lot. I remember that when that used to be over 100 billion. That's at now 72.7 billion. That's just a reflection of people buying it off the market and so forth. We've got a couple of whales in the house, right? A couple of these are inactive accounts. These accounts really haven't done much, these ones. I'm not going to go too much of this, but we've got some Dons here. This is this here is a Don for one of the families. That one there, that's a Don account. So we've got different players in the house at the moment on that list. So kind of cool. We've got Brennan in the house. Hey, Brennan, welcome. Crypto Fury says, hey, everybody, MAFIA green candles today. More money for the vault. Absolutely. We're going to look at the vault as a response to this as well. Remember, when you're buying on this, there's a 4.7% buy tax, and that means you need 5% buy slippage and a 16.6%, I think it is, on the sell tax. Let me just go double check that while we're here. Let's go to the buy. 16.6% sell tax, which means you need about a 7% slippage. And of course, the contract here ends in 55 EE, which is what we've got here on the list there, 55 EE. And up we go. So big power move there. And yeah, watch this chart. It's going to be pretty crazy as the game grows, as it becomes more viral. We could see this thing do many tens of X's potentially. Obviously not financial advice as well. The other thing about staking, though, just to be noted, is that this is all the staking comes out at the game start. So what people do at that time with the staking is going to be another question, but that is the play at the moment. Now, we're also obviously the market cap at the moment is moved up to 635,000 market cap, so still very low market cap. You can see the potential for upside very, very good, especially as adoption happens there. And of course, liquidity has moved up to 90K. We're sitting at like 65 or something. Now it's 90K now. So that's going up as well. So early days, still very early days, despite the green big pump. Early days ahead, and of course, more getting off the market with the staking. It's going to be cool. Now, obviously, MAFIA is also on BNB. Now, the charts are very different because the allocation was very different when with the drop of the token, right? So this one was based on the sacrifice. This one was based on giving to TRH holders and a lot of other people with different assets. So very different allocation system there. And of course, the way the price charts look. Now, the other thing with price charts is that the vault's always selling into the market. So taxes, the sell tax always sells the MAFIA into the market. So that puts down pressure, which means that buyers have a cheaper price to get in. So it's very kind of cool incentive, right? The buyers have a cheaper price to get in, equal. But obviously, if demand gets so big that it outweighs selling supply, then the price goes up, which is what we see here, right? So that's what we see where demand is greater than supply, so price goes up, right? But on the whole, if we see on this BNB MAFIA, we see the MAFIA vault selling in, then obviously the price can go down. A lot of these red candles are related not just to large holders selling, but of course, which are sacrifice holders typically, and of course the vault selling as well. So we're going to get some pretty interesting charts there as well. Now the market cap on BNB at the moment is 391,000 and 65K in liquidity, which means the potential for upside on BNB is huge, right? Because it's lagging there behind Pulsechain now. And of course, that's relative to the influences. But like I say, there's more influences coming on the BNB with the round, rollout of Cavill. Now, that brings us into the MAFIA at the moment. Let's have a look at the results. So on MAFIA, on Pulsechain, we've got 398 players now. You can have multiple players, right? So there's not necessarily unique users, but it's growing all the time, which is pretty positive. We've now got 13 crime families. So I think we've got a new family in the house, actually. We've got to check that. And we've got 742 million pulse in the vault now for the payout. So the top 5 families get to share that vault every week. 10% of that vault is paid out. And that won't be, the game won't go live until we reach 5 billion pulse. So we're getting there, getting up there. And let's have a look at the top players at the moment. So top players, You can see in the list here, we've got Gifford at number 1 there. So it's great to see teams like this coming into play. Exactly what makes this game successful. We've got Nunza there as well, the Don of the Solar Markers there. We've got Carnage there as well. We've got the Syndicate in really cool spots, 4, 5, and 6. So really, really cool. Now, the key players, of course, it's great being on highly ranked. That's what's going to be important over the game when you're playing the game to rank yourself up. But the families is what gets paid, right? Families is what get paid. And at the moment, we've got the Syndicate sitting at the top. And you guys know Archie is our Don, and he's doing an amazing job. And a lot of the things playing out in the future are going to be still to be played out. So it's going to be pretty exciting. And Capone there. Now, obviously, sitting pretty strong. Look at that bank of ours. 122 million in the Mafia bank. And 126 million in the Mafia bank. Compared to our second rival there, Gearheads at 37.7. The Salamanca's at 11.9. The Yakuza at 27 million, and the OG Gangsters at 11.2 million there as well. So that's the top 5. They're getting paid out 30% down to 10% respectively of the vault payment, and they get 10% of the vault payment, which is currently worth $33,774 on the Pulsechain. And this is just in a few days. If you look at the chart, this is only in 8 days is it? Let's have a look at that chart. So let me just bring that in. 8 days, and the vault's already up to this whopping number here of $33,774. Bit of a tongue twister there, but man, matching the price of Pulse, it goes up, man. Then this US dollars goes up dramatically, and of course this is grabbing a ton of Pulse. So only in 8 days, so this thing is starting to ramp up too. We're seeing more and more people coming to the game, and more influencers, more teams. It really is getting exciting. So that is it on that at the moment. And of course, the crates are open at the moment. We're currently got stage 4. So there's 9 phases before the game goes live. And we're currently on phase number 4, right? Crates. Now we're expecting, of course, the game phase number 5, the NFT marketplace, probably launching somewhere between the 24th and 26th is our guess there at the moment. So that's coming up as well. Maybe even early on Sunday. We shall see. But maybe the beginning of next week. That's looking pretty good. Phase number 5, NFT marketplace. That's a big phase. Of course, that's going to cause a lot of activity in trading, and of course bolster the game. Now, some other things that are bolstering the game, not just the buy and sell tax, but these crates, right? As you buy these crates, these crates the money's being split up into 2 different groups, and that could be very, very interesting in the future as well. That's kind of the secret sauce in behind this game as well. And we're going to watch that do some pretty cool things. I'm not going to tell you too much about that, but that's probably going to do too much pretty cool things in the future as well. Now, what are people after? They're after cash, bullets, health, shot items like guns and planes. Businesses, of course, are the holy grail. People after those right now. There are 32 remaining businesses, and not many have been actually opened in the last 2 days. The previous day, it was like 7, but the last 2 days, only a few. So, people after these games here, particularly slot machines, roulettes, and bullet factories because they pay out a lot. Then we've got bodyguards. You're going to have defense. You're going to have defense. The bodyguards, helper credits allow you to automate players. So that's really cool while you're sleeping. You don't want to get caught out that way. And of course, cars. Everyone needs to be able to travel between cities. So you're going to need cars for that. So that's what people are after with the crates. Crates are currently around $20. And you can use PulseX incentive or eDie to buy them. And of course, everyone knows how fun they are to open. It's very addictive, to be honest. So yeah, it's pretty cool like that. So that's kind of cool. Let me just sign on here. And let's have a look here. At the moment, Scarface in the house. And of course, as you guys know, I'm the concierge of the Syndicate, which is a number 2 spot. So let's have a look at the Syndicate. Now, if you want to join the Syndicate, join up to our Discord. Maybe if Archie's still in there, he can post the link to the Telegram for our recruitment. We are recruiting. So if you want to get into the number 1 family, and of course, just remember, our strategy is like an iceberg. You only see 10% on the top. The other 9% is below the water. So you want to join the strong, winning, smart team. We've got people with super high IQs in our team, and you want to be joining these guys because it's pretty awesome. So get on that. So, yep, Archie just posted the recruitment there. So join up today. We do have an application. You will need 100,000 Mafia to join into our family. Just note that. And we will do some due diligence on applicants. But, hey, you want to join the strongest team, then get in there. The Syndicate recruitment. Woohoo! And there's Archie posting that. We do welcome you. and it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, you get to enjoy the bull market and potentially get paid. Now, at the moment, as far as I remember, we're the only family paying people to get paid. So let's go to the family here, and let's go have a look at the syndicate. This is a feature that we asked for, particularly Archie and our Don asked for this, is that for people to get paid. We don't want just the top 3 to pay, which is cool to get paid, but we want everyone else in the family to get paid as well. And so we got this feature approved through Jacob, and of course this is now being pushed through. We are providing 50% of the payouts go to the family. We've also got some interesting tricks up our sleeve as well, but we're not talking about that on live stream. But we got 50% of the family share is going to the family. That means everyone in our family gets paid. It's pretty cool, and you can see the payouts to all the players here. Look at that payout column. Everyone is getting paid for playing, and it is really cool. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Everyone in our family gets paid. Now, let's go to other families. Are they paying? Let's go to Gearheads. Of course, a big new team that's come into play. Crypto Kool-Aid and the gang. Are they paying out? They're paying 35%. Only 35. What a bit. At least they're paying. I mean, they're paying. That's good. But we're paying 50%. We're paying 50. So, yeah, if you want to get paid 50% to our crew, pretty cool. What else we got going? Let's go to look at the Salamancas, see what they're paying at the moment. Let's go down there. They're paying 0%. Come on, Salamancas. Come on, Salamancas. Where's the love? Anyway, so you have to decide which crew you want to be in. So that's up to you. I'm not making any particular judgments. You can decide yourself. But there's different families. Obviously, the syndicate there, 50% payout. Let's go to look at Yakuza. This Yakuza group here looking pretty good. At 50% family share, looks pretty good. So you can join the Yakuzas as well. The original gangsters, let's see what these guys are, number 5 payouts. They're at 40%. 40%. So, oh wow. So look, the syndicate's the best, man. 50% payouts. You can't beat that. And in number 1 spot. So pretty exciting there as well. A great family to join. So do join up today. That is the link. You will need 2,000 MAFIA per player and 100,000 MAFIA to join. That 100,000 is used to strengthen the family. And of course, this goes to good cause inside the family there. And of course, you got the Don Archie there, the number 1 Don. The Dons of the Dons, the number 1 player. He is in the house. And of course, big shout out to him. All right, Fast Abdul in the house there. Hey, Fast Abdul, tell me your secrets. We are not telling the secrets. That's holy day. We've got Crypto Fury in the house as well. Hello. Always a pleasure to see you in the house there too. He's in the syndicate. So big shout out. Hope you got something good in your crate yesterday. I think it was yesterday that I sent you a crate. Pretty cool. All right. Let's go. What were we going here? We're going to that. So that is pretty much it. The vault at the moment is at 746 million pulse at the moment. 33,700. Let's take note of that. Let's put that in the calendar here. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm having fun with this. Let's go into that. Let's add that up. So I want to add this up. 33.8. Let's just say 33.8. And let's go to the crates here. Let's have a look. Have I got any crates? No crates at the moment. So let's jump over to a BNB MAFIA and see what the value of that as well, the vault as well. It's at the moment got 811 players. Remember, it's been going for a couple of weeks now. In fact, let's have a look at the chart. We can always tell by the chart how long this has been going, all the way through to 30 days. So 30 days, hey, it's this first month. It's a party day. I should have partied on today. But my BNB MAFIA is 30 days in the running. And, of course, a nice friendly price to get in on the BNB MAFIA. And, look, we've got 811 players, 15 crime families. So there's a couple more. And we've got the vault at 94.75 BNB at the moment, which is pretty spectacular. Let's go to the vault. The vault at the moment is 55,100. So we're going to add that, 55,100. So between BNB MAFIA and Pulse MAFIA, there is now $89,000 US in these pools, and it's only been going for a wee while. And the marketing and influence is just ramping up. So how high is this going to be? It's going to be crazy. And I tell you what, there's actually more value than this. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but there's more value than this in the game. And I think there's a few surprises in store. I can't say too much more, but this is looking pretty good there. All right, so let's go to the crates on here. You can obviously buy crates in-game assets as well. You can buy all the same kind of assets on Pulse MAFIA. Obviously, people are after the businesses. Now, there is a way more businesses over there left, 76 remaining over on BNB at the moment. So that's kind of cool. In fact, I need to switch on there. Let me switch over there. I think I have to switch my switch to BNB to log on here. So let's have a look here. Yeah, so you need to get into that. Now, the families, are obviously a lot of families on here. Now, number one at the moment is OG Gangsters, and they managed to open up a bullet factory. So that's given them 11,000 and worth. So those bullet factories are pretty expensive, and they've moved it out actually, have they? Looks like they've moved it out of their wallet for the time being. Anyway, so that is the families there. OGs 78,000 at the moment. OGs at number one. Number two is the Syndicate. Which is us, of course, on BNB, so dominating on BNB as well. We've got the Mugnails at number 3, we got the Yakuza at number 4, and the Illuminati at number 5 there, holding strong as well. So looking pretty good. Plenty of families on this side as well. But things are going to be pretty fun on the way to the launch. It's going to be pretty cool indeed. Now, all you have to do is switch between the two different the games on two different chains. Is to swap this, use this toggle here, and of course you can swap it in the wallet to connect. So that's how easy it is, folks. Really, really cool. Now, I want to jump back just to Pulsechain quickly. And if you want to pick up MAFIA, pick up the tokens, I'm going to post the link to that in the house. So this is MAFIA on Pulsechain. Let me just, since we're covering MAFIA today, MAFIA on a PLS chain, and you can buy that now. Once again, do your own due diligence, not financial advice, all the good stuff there. But that is MAFIA on Pulsechain. If you want to buy MAFIA on a BNB chain, we are playing on both chains, right? So just remember that. If you want to do that, you can buy that here as well. You can always double check the accounts, the contracts, and all that good stuff, which are on the actual website. So you can find that. And remember your 5% buy slippage. Remember that. And of course, there we go. That's BNB MAFIA. Now you can join the syndicate on both chains. And I haven't really been pushing like hardcore joining the syndicate, but now we will be doing that right from now on, right? So you'll be seeing me, advocate. That's the family that I'm in. So we're just starting really today to start to ramp that up. So there it is, MAFIA on BNB. Pick up some MAFIA there. All right, what else we got here? A couple more comments. Crypto Fury says the syndicate with best family payouts, also led by the baddest MAFIA in the game. Absolutely, it is so good. So Crypto Fury, really good summary there. Crypto Fury got $100,000 car in the crate. Well done, mate. That's so good. Really, really well done there. Yellowtail in the house there. Join Hustler to earn 2 free crates. 1 million PLS. There's Yellowtail. Nice there. We love it when the teams come in to compete with us. Good to see Yellowtail, and wish you all the best in the Hustlers there. That is another family. All right. What else we got to go here? What's that there? What is that? Knives and Blood. That's from Archie the Don. Man, he scares us. He scares us. We love it. We love it. All right. So let's jump over to, let's have a look at the families. I want to switch back to Pulsechain and have a look at the families. I think we may have a new family in here. Yes, we do. We have a new family. Woo-hoo! I said there was 13, and I thought, oh, well, I'm sure we only had 12 yesterday. So we got a new family, folks, in Detroit. Holy heck, and yowza. In Detroit, there, what's it, La Mano Anera there, and the Don is called Tito there. Hey, Archie, that's pretty interesting. And of course, their wealth is actually not too bad to start off with. Number 11, 3,500, almost 3,600 on the worth there. And of course, they've got 1 million stakes, so that's pretty interesting. Now we have a quick look at this latest fan. This just came out over the last 24 hours. That is really, really cool. So welcome to Tito there as well. They've got 2 members, so just started. I don't know who this is at all. So if you know who it is, we'll find out. We're going to do our best to find out. But that is it at the moment. And they're based, staking 1 million MAFIA there. Looking not too bad. They got a member called Mussolini, funny enough. So there we go. We all know what happened to Mussolini, don't we? I don't want to say it on live stream, but for you history buffs out there. Anyway, so that's pretty crazy. That is awesome. So welcome to La Mano Anera there. Big shout out. Yeah, at the moment though, looking pretty good is the old syndicate there as well. Let's actually look. I'm going to have a quick look at the Mugnails as well. See whether they've added a allocation 50% to the Mugnails, so that's pretty good. They've matched the syndicate, but they're not in the money, right? They're not in the money at the moment. A good team, but they're not. They're at number 6. Well, they're in conditional payout, right? So 5% conditional payout, but they're not in the green there, which is a guaranteed payout, right? So that's where Mugnails are. We've got the Hustlers, which we got one of their team members in the house there, Yellowtail, and of course that is the Hustlers is from Lit Games, right? My Life is Awesome. He is an influencer backing this team. So I told you there's quite a few influencers now, backing their families, which is pretty cool to see. What else are we going to say there? Can we see Yellowtail in the house there. You got a name called Yellowtail? Yellowtail? No, he hasn't got a name called Yellowtail in there. But that isn't how. Are they giving allocation? No allocation yet. Come on, Lit Gains. Come on. All right, so that is the Hustlers there. Costa Nostra as well. How are we doing? Hour and 5 minutes. We'll probably wrap up shortly. Costa Nostra there. They got no allocation as well. So there we are. Things are really changing in the game already. New families, more players, more influencers. Prices starting to pump. Things are really, really looking good there. And crates are out at the moment. Phase 5 is coming soon. Pre-launch Phase 5, which is NFT marketplace. That's really going to light some fires out there. So really things are going pretty nicely at the moment on Pulsechain and BNB there. Pretty exciting. All right, that's pretty much it for our coverage on BNB. Like I say, if you want to join the baddest family in the town, that is the syndicate. You can join in the Telegram. That's direct joining there. And of course, if you are in Pulse in the Discord, you can join up. Just hit up Archie in the Discord. And of course, the syndicate there that's run by our Capodicina. He's the rank number 3. That's Max Payne, and he runs the syndicate over there, syndicate recruitment. So pretty exciting. All right, Brennan says I want to join for less than 50%. Says Brennan. That's true. All right. Pulsepot crates on BNB. Hey, we got Jacob from the BNB team here coming just at the end. I just finished, Jacob. But here we go. We got Pulsepot here, crates on BNB. Yeah, boy. All right, so we might have to open that up again now because we got some crates there. So let's go into that. One more. If anyone's on BNB, let us know. In fact, we might cover that. Maybe we'll cover that tomorrow on the old BNB chain. Let's switcheroo. Let's see what we can do here. This is how it works, right? This is the craziness that we have. Create BNB Mafia. Let me log on here. Am I on BNB? Let me have a look. Let's see here. I'm on the Scarface. Let's go to Scarface, and let's scroll down here. Oh, yep. Let's do it. So let's go to crates here, and we're going to open up a crate just to show you how it works. And let's see here. I've got some breaking news in the background. Let me go back. All right. We got woo from Archie, the Don. Let's have a crate time, mate. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to save some, though, I think. Let's go here. We've got some crates. We've got 16 in total. So if you guys want to put in your play, if you've got a name on BNB Mafia, if you've got a player's name, put your name in the chat right now. And I'm going to pick some winners there. I need to get something set up for this too, to be honest. So put your player's name if you're on BNB Mafia. Get your name in today. All right, let's open up a crate though, and see how this works. So when you open up a crate, let's have a look here. We're going to confirm that. Bam, bam, bam. We're going to open up a crate. It's funny. We got the first person in there, Nunchuck. Hey, thanks, Brennan. A good one. You got name and entry in there. We haven't got any. I noticed we haven't got any Wookiee here at the moment. Wookiee's not in the house. That's kind of funny. People know why that's funny. You would know. That's pretty funny. We got Crypto Furia in the house there. He's got his Furia name. That's kind of cool. So we got Nunchuck and Furia. Those are 2 entries at the moment. So kind of cool. All right, let's see where we go to. We've got some hearts here on the old BNB chain. So that's kind of cool. Some hearts. Woohoo! Let's see what we got here. Now, hearts are very valuable, by the way. And if you get shot up in the game and you survive, you're going to need some hearts to, repair your person so that you're alive. 300. That's pretty good. That's pretty good there on the old link. So that's the first thing you can do. You can open one up. You can go through different categories. Obviously, these are all the categories: cash, bullets, health, etc. All the way through the cars, and you can randomly select one of those. There's only 76 businesses left, so everyone's after those. Obviously, they can't, any of these are great, but of course, everyone's after the top 3. In particular, you make some random earnings every day from those, and of course, everyone needs bullets to go kill people, so it's pretty powerful. Now, you can actually click on any assets you get that you win. They go over here in the inventory. Those are where they show up, and you can see the worth of your total worth at the moment as they come up. So that's all added together there. And you can see they kind of rank from the most valuable on the left to the least valuable at the bottom. But of course, sometimes the least valuable are very important because if you don't have a gun, you can't kill anyone, right? Just remember that. So there is some practicality in the game as well, despite the worth ranking. Here's an armored car, of course, that's at the top end, but you can see how high the hearts are. Look at how high the hearts are really ranked quite high here, even more than these cars. Look, and a bulletproof jacket even, and these middle of the road bodyguards. Look how high the hearts are ranked. So that's actually pretty valuable, right? Now, you can just click on one of these, you can put a name in, and you can send a prize to one of these players, kind of like that. And also, you can also send a crate. You can click on a crate, and you can send it to a player. They've added a new button here. You can send more than one. How about that? So you put the player's name in, and you confirm, and that will send the crate to another player. So this works really well if you're in the family. You want to help people, like that, stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. What else? Let's see. Brennan says each heart might be a different blood type too. That's true. So every heart, there is different blood types. So your character has a different blood type, and that's going to be very important as well. So good point there, Brennan. The crate you opened showed up on the crate bot on B&B Mafia Telegram. Oh, did it? So there we are. So on B&B Mafia in the Telegram, this is the official one run by Jacob and his team. When you open up crate and people buy, I think it opens up different alerts there, so everyone gets to see what's happening there. That's pretty cool. Nice insight there from Archie. I'm not on Telegram, so I don't run that show on there. All right, so there we go. That is pretty cool. Have we got any other entries on B&B Mafia at the moment? Don't forget that if you want to buy B&B Mafia and set up a player, it's only 2,000. It's very cheap to do. Probably less than $1 at the moment on B&B Mafia, and that's where you can buy it at the moment. 2,000 you need to join up. And of course, if you're on Pulsechain, I don't know, what is it, $1.50, something like that, maybe. It will cost you to get 2,000 Mafia to set up a player. You can have as many players as you want. Obviously, the 2,000 each. Remember, there's a 5% buy slippage there at the moment as well. And of course, if you want to join the syndicate, that's our crew that I am second in line there. That is the syndicate, and of course, you can join up today. It will cost you 100,000 Mafia tokens to join, but that helps the family, right? That helps the family. Remember, this is a Mafia game. The family is king. Remember, if you ever seen movies about Mafia, family goes first, right? Family first. All right, so that's the syndicate. Join up today. All right, let's open up another crate here. Let's have a bit of fun with this, and you'll see different other categories running as well. Now, B&B Mafia at the moment, price very good entry to pick up lots of Mafia. So get in there, folks, and you can see was it $55,000 in there already. And of course, lots of big influence interviews coming out with Cold DeFi on the old B&B chain, so it's going to ramp up too. All right, this cross-pollination of players as well means that people learn about Pulsechain. If they're on B&B, they learn about Pulsechain. So I like that angle as well, and we never know what other connections there will be in the future. Let's go in for gold. All right, so we're up to now 12 minutes. I'm going to finish in now 15. So we'll open up this one crate as well. Let's go. This will be the second one. I'm going to open up some more crates tomorrow, so you'll be able to see that. Oh, we got some more hearts here. Now, I statistically, I reckon that I've seen this will happen a lot. That I open up one category and I go back to the category. So I guess that I don't know if it's just the unrandomness of randomness. I don't know, but it's pretty crazy. Let's go here. What are we going to get? Are we going to get 50? No, 100. That's not too bad. At least 100 there. There's another one there. I'm going to open up another one because I want to get how many I got there. I want to get something else. I want to win something else there. We had 2 hearts, which is very important in the game. But we're going to open up and see if we can win something else in here as well. And since we only had 2 players' names in so far, we've had Furio and a Nunchuck in the game. I'll probably send one crate to each of you. There we are. So congratulations on that. But if you do get a Mafia game, come back tomorrow and play again. We'll give away another crate and or 2. And so if you open up a new player's name, I'll be able to give crates away to you. How about that? All right, bam. What's this? We got Liza says, yes, you got publicly exposed, but not sure what you mean by that, but hey. We got guns in the house there. All right, let's see what happens here. Giving guns away. See what this, oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. Can you believe that? A Douglas M3. OMG. OMG. Wow. 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 Okay, so in the game, to go to other continents, so there are other continents, not just the America or whatever, South America, to go to another continent, you need an airplane. So this is a huge, huge price. Wow. There's not many out there that I'm aware of. I haven't seen a lot of planes, but I do know that we already had one other in the syndicate. Now we've got two. This will be very important for flying to other continents. Yeah, crazy, crazy. So imagine that you've got a MAFIA family growing real strong on another continent. Well, if you're going to have to fly there, if you want to do some damage, I guess, and that is the play there. So that's amazing. And of course, look at that. It's gone to number one. It's the most valuable thing in the inventory there. Isn't that crazy? There we go. So not bad there. Now, we've got Brennan says here, wow, that's the biggest prize I've ever earned on these ones here. That's crazy. But we're going to do some giveaways here. So Brennan says you can open mine super. So we're going to do that. And so we're going to open up your one. And I will send that to you, Brennan. So there's one crate there. We're going to open that up and see what you get. I'm going to refresh my browser. Refresh the browser. And let's do it like that. And we're going to open up Brenton's crate here. And then I'm going to send it to him so you can see the functionality of the game. And congratulations. Now I'm going to be opening up more crates. If you want to open up a BNB player, come back tomorrow's live stream. And I'll be giving away another crate. If you've got a player's name, you can enter in to winning a crate on BNB. And they're $20 each. And you could win an item that's worth potentially hundreds in the game if the market prices it up that way, because some of them are more valuable than others. So there we go. They're all going to be useful in the game, of course, but some will have more value than others, just like any other game that you play. All right, let's go. This is Brennan's crate. I wish you the best, Brennan. Let's see how we go. What are you going to get? What are you going to get? Oh, that was so close. My goodness. But it's funny. We're in the same category as we were last time. I said that. We were in the hearts twice. Now we're in this category twice. I don't know how it's an odd randomness, isn't it? Anyway, so there we go. Let's see what we got. A Molotov cocktail. There we are, Brennan. Well done to you. That is going to Brennan. And I got to remember, what's your character, Brennan? Let me think here. I should know. He's one of my capos. But let's see. So what was that? A Molotov cocktail. There we are. That one there. And let's see. What's your name? Let me think. It's not Wookie the Blade. It's something else. What's your name, Brennan? Let's know your name because I've forgotten. I don't want to have to get out of it to go look for it. Let's go. Let me know what your name is. And you're nice. So have you got your name in there? I'm just trying to look. Nunchuck. So we've got Nunchuck. Nunchuck. So just double checking Nunchuck. Yep. Let's send that. So this is how easy it is to send something to somebody in the game. Yeah, there we go. So this is going to Nunchuck, and that's as easy as that. So now you can see it's gone out of the inventory here, and it's gone to Nunchuck's wallet, right? So that's pretty cool. Now the other one we've got is we had the other player there was a Furio. Furio 1-1 as well. So I'm going to send that to you, Furio. You can open up in your own time. So all I have to do is click on the crate here. I have to type in the name Furio, and it brings up the wallet. And so I can then go confirm, and that will send the crate to him, and he can open up the crate on his own account. So congratulations to Furio there. Well done. So there we are, 2 crates given away. Like I say, if you haven't got one, get yourself some MAFIA, set up a player, and come back, and tomorrow you can participate in the game. And of course, join our family if you want to. You can join any family you want, but there's lots of good reasons to join the syndicate. Let's see who else in there. We've got Archie says, nice. Yeah, that was a pretty awesome win on the plane. That was huge. M3, ha ha ha, says Brennan. Yeah, that's hilarious. And Brennan knows why. That's so funny too. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I'll take it, says MVS. Yeah. Hey, look, you've done pretty well in this game, MVS. You've had the luck of the Irish with the opening of crates. That guy at MVS, he's done amazing in this game. Looks like we'll be flying to Las Vegas to pay the OGs a visit, says Archie. Indeed, that is true. Looking good there. So we've got lots of good action here. Hey, look, the live stream's going on a little bit, but we're having fun. So why not, eh? Archie's in the house here. Woohoo! Lies says rigged says lies. Lies, what it keeps saying that. I don't know what's going on about that. Cocktails all round, says Brennan. Indeed. What else there? Nunchuck. Yep, you won. You can open mine too for an on-stream throws. Oh, sorry, CryptoView, I didn't read that one. Sorry about that. I've already sent you the box, but that's okay because I want to show people how to send the crates anyway. Let us know how you get on though once you've opened it. What else there? We got Brendan says, so close to business. Damn, you were so close, dude. Honestly, I thought that was close to that. Man. Archie says, huge 5.7 million Mafia sell on Pulsechain. Did we get that? So what happened? Oh, well, it must have happened after I looked. Crypto Furious says, thank you. You're most welcome. Congratulations on the prize. Hey, look, that's huge. So the upgrade, if that's happened on the Pulsechain, so what happens when someone sells 5.7 million Mafia? The whole lot will be sold, right? But 16.6% of it will go into the vault. So the vault grabs all that nice price there, and that will go into the vault. So that's going to be pretty cool. I don't know if it's wrapped up there. Yeah, looks like it's already been sold in there, but that's pretty cool. All right, now we're going to be coming back once again, get into BNB Mafia. We would welcome you in the syndicate on BNB Mafia, so join up to that as well. You can either go Pulsechain or BNB or both. It's 100,000 to join on each side, so it'll be 200,000 Mafia to join up on both sides, on both chains. But we would more than welcome you into the syndicate. And of course, we are sitting in pretty strong in the family tables there. And of course, we have the best Don in the house, Archie there as well. All right, what else we got there? Even Archie's laughing. All right, so I think that's it. So kind of cool. Look at that, 3/4 of a billion pulse now in the vault. I love it. So we're going to be covering that tomorrow. But let's get into Hex just to wrap things up. Let's have a quick look at the payday, 663. We got a payout on Hex of 7.44 Hex per T-share. That's looking pretty good, isn't it? Big share rate jump there, 60. We had a couple in the last couple of days. Look at that. And then we got 60 today. 35,000 is the share rate. Just hit that. That's a record for Hex on Ethereum. Pretty crazy times. We're sitting just above 9 million T-shares in the ownership pool, and the reward pool at the moment, 3.2 million in penalties today. Wow, the last 5 days, look at that. And even we had 8.6 million earlier. What was that, 6 days ago? 67 million reward pool. So Hex on Ethereum looking pretty tasty. And of course, we got 15 liquid holders, down 10 on the miners, and sitting at 178,000 miners there. We haven't got today's results out for Pulsechain. They're probably coming out a bit later. We got yesterday's results, right, which would have been day 404, if I remember rightly, the 20th of June. And, of course, the payout there, 7 Hex per T-share on the payout. We not so much a movement on the share rate there, still below 35,000. So it's lagging a bit behind the old Ethereum chain. The T-shares down 7,000, sitting at 9,364,000 T-shares. So a couple 100,000 more T-shares than on the Ethereum chain. Penalties not near as severe, except 3 days ago we had a pretty good, sitting around 65 million there as well. Liquid holders growing, up 36 2 days ago. Miners down 6, 123,721. So there's a couple thousand gap there in the miners compared to Ethereum as well. So that's it for today. Check out hex.com if you want to start mining Hex as well. It's a bit of a sleeper at the moment, but it's a good time to accumulate positions on that one too. All right, I think we're going to wrap up. What a day. It's been crazy. What a day. It's been crazy. What a day. All right, we're going to finish there. Michael Owen says, Mafia dumping. Yeah. Someone took the advantage of the price pump. That's it. But like I said, 16.6% of it gets captured. We love it. The vault gets bigger and bigger. Yeah, and of course, what does that mean? That means more people can buy cheaper prices. It's great. It's a win-win. We love it. Great show, says Brennan. Thanks, you so much. What a show it has been. An hour and 24 minutes. I was planning on maybe an hour, but there we go. When you're having fun on the old Mafia and on Pulsechain, lots of opportunities for everybody at the moment. So kind of cool. And maybe time is running out. Maybe the next 30 days, we're about to get that big hyper bull market that we've seen on previous Bitcoin halvings is getting very close indeed. Time is ticking, and the market is actually pretty high comparably for where it's going to need to go. Are we going to hit 100,000 Bitcoin before the year? Are we going to get to $150,000 to $180,000 Bitcoin before the end of the year? Or are we going to get it into the first quarter of next year? It's going to be fun to see it play out, but whatever it's going to be, it's going to be pretty epic. Great show. I appreciate that. All right, I think we're going to play it out. Take care, everybody. There we go. Peace out. Bye for now.